What if you could wake up each morning with a clear head, a focused mind, and the unshakable certainty that today is yours to command, not just to endure? But let's be honest, how many of us actually leap out of bed feeling that way? For most, it's a groggy stumble, a desperate reach for the snooze button, and a day that feels more like a battle to survive than an opportunity to thrive. The truth is, those first moments after waking aren't just a prelude to your day, they are the architects of your entire existence. Ancient philosophers knew this secret well. As Marcus Aurelius observed, when you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. Today, we're not just talking about philosophy. We're building a practical blueprint to revolutionize your mornings, forge unbreakable mental habits, and reclaim control of your life. If this mission resonates with you, there's a simple way to support our journey here at Mindshift Philosophy. Hit that subscribe button. It helps us bring this wisdom to more people who are ready for change. Now let's dissect the morning rituals that will transform you. Rise before the world awakens. Let's face it, our relationship with the alarm clock is often toxic. Your bed feels like a cocoon, a sanctuary of warmth, and the snooze button becomes a seductive liar promising just a few more moments of peace. But here's the hard truth most people ignore. Those early, quiet hours are a secret weapon. I'm not sharing this as a motivational slogan, it's a strategic reality. Before the world demands your attention, before the digital noise floods in, there exists a pocket of pure, undisturbed potential. Consider this. What if you reclaim just 1 hour before your usual start time? It might seem like a sacrifice. Seneca pointed out that we suffer more often in imagination than in reality, and the fear of waking early is often more painful than the act itself. It's the mental story we tell ourselves that we will be exhausted that holds us back. By rising earlier, you're shattering that illusion and proving that discipline is a form of freedom. Yes, it feels uncomfortable initially, but growth never flourishes in a comfort zone. As Jung said, who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakes. That stolen hour is your time to look inward, to awaken your true self and clarify your authentic vision. Hydrate your inner terrain, your alarm shrieks. You drag yourself upright. What's your first instinct? Let's be real, many of us make a beeline for the coffee maker, seeking that familiar, comforting jolt. Don't get me wrong, I'm not on a crusade against coffee, but there's a crucial fact we overlook in our morning haze: your body is parched. After 8 hours without water, your brain and body are crying out for hydration, not caffeine. So instead of immediately flooding your system with stimulants, start your day by drinking a tall glass of water. See it as a system reboot, a simple ritual that establishes a foundation of clarity and balance. The Stoics mastered the art of finding greatness in small actions. As Epictetus said, progress is not achieved by luck or accident, but by working on yourself daily. This simple act of drinking water is a daily assertion of discipline. Since your brain is primarily water, even mild dehydration can impair your focus, memory, and mood. By replenishing your fluids, you're giving your mind a decisive signal. It's time to operate at peak capacity. Jung also understood the power of this conscious choice. He warned that until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. By choosing water before coffee, you're moving from an automatic reaction to a deliberate, conscious choice for wellness. Guard your morning sanctuary. Your morning is a sacred space, a blank canvas waiting for your first stroke. Yet, so many of us sabotage this pristine landscape by immediately grabbing our phones and diving into a digital abyss. That rush of notifications, emails, and curated chaos floods your mind with anxiety and distractions, effectively hijacking your day before it even begins. Think about it. 1 second you're in a state of peaceful calm, and the next you're stressing over a work email or doom, scrolling through other people's lives. Why surrender your mental sovereignty to algorithms and random updates? Stoicism emphasizes the importance of guarding our inner fortress. Marcus Aurelius reminded us that we have power over our own minds, not external events. Your phone is the primary gateway for those external events to invade your peace. By delaying that scroll for even 30 minutes, you reclaim the right to choose your thoughts. Jung also guided us, saying, "We are not what happened to us, we are what we choose to become." Each morning you face a choice: become a product of external pressures or deliberately shape your day with intention. Skipping the morning scroll cultivates a stronger sense of self, establishing that you and not your feed are in control. Imagine starting your day with the simple pleasure of silence instead of the chaos of connection. The power of first victories there is a surprising power in starting your day with a small act of order. We're not talking about a massive breakthrough, just something simple and within reach. As you get up, make your bed, smooth the sheets, fluff the pillows, and pull the duvet taut. This isn't just about tidiness, it's about mental training. In a world obsessed with giant leaps, the Stoics valued the small, consistent habits. They knew greatness is forged in daily discipline. As Marcus Aurelius said, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Making your bed is the first signal you send to your brain. I am in control today. It becomes your first promise kept, and keeping promises builds self-trust. Admiral William McRaven captured this perfectly. If you want to change the world, start by making your bed. It's not that the bed itself is revolutionary, but it sets a tone of discipline and order. Jung believed that our environment reflects our psyche, stating that until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. A cluttered room often reflects a cluttered mind. Tidy your environment, and you often find your thoughts follow. This is how the Stoics lived, starting each day by asserting control over their time, space, and mindset. A made bed is a declaration that you will not be ruled by disorder. Activate your vital force some mornings. It feels as if your body is a heavy, reluctant anchor. Limbs are sluggish, your head is foggy, and motivation is a distant memory. The problem isn't that you're broken, it's that your system is still asleep. Your mind might be open, but your body hasn't caught up. The fastest way to bridge that gap is through movement. This isn't about an intense workout to achieve a six-pack, it's about activating your life force. A gentle stretch, a walk around the block, a few yoga poses, just enough to wake your nervous system and get your blood flowing. The Stoics valued physical vitality not for aesthetics, but for its contribution to a resilient mind. Epictetus said, "No great thing is created suddenly." This includes your energy and discipline. Morning movement is a ritual of self-respect. Jung also championed the link between body and mind, observing the body is merely the visibility of the soul. If you're physically stagnant, what is your psyche communicating? That it's stuck. Get your body moving, and the mind often follows. Motion disrupts stagnation and creates a domino effect. As Seneca noted, it is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. How many mornings are wasted waiting to feel ready? Don't wait, just move. Embrace the shock of the new. There is a moment, just before you step into a cold shower, where every instinct screams, "Don't do it." And in that moment of hesitation, your comfort zone is fighting for its life. This is your opportunity for transformation. Let's be clear, it's unpleasant. But that's the entire point. The Stoics sought out voluntary discomfort because they understood that comfort breeds weakness. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live." In a world designed for ease, stepping into a cold shower is a radical act of defiance. Psychologically, the cold shock jolts you into the present, overriding mental fog and forcing you to breathe and focus. It's neuroplasticity in action, rewiring your brain to handle stress with more poise. Jung noted, "What you resist persists. That resistance to the cold is symbolic of every other discomfort you avoid. Face the water, and you begin to learn how to face fear and criticism." This builds fortitude, a concept Seneca championed by training his body and mind for adversity. Cold showers are a daily practice of resilience training. You prove to yourself you can endure discomfort. This newfound confidence follows you into every aspect of your life, plus the physiological boost of increased blood flow and endorphins is unparalleled. You don't need coffee to wake up, you need courage. Start with just 30 seconds of cold at the end of your shower. One small win. One chance to say, "I do hard things." The art of mental purification. There is immense power in translating the chaos of your mind into tangible words on a page. Most of us carry a cyclone of worries, to-dos, and memories that never seem to settle. Left unchecked, this becomes a trap that steals your focus and clouds your judgment. Journaling is the remedy. It's not just an artsy hobby, it's mental hygiene. The process is simple, just right. Pour out whatever is cluttering your mind, a worry, a dream, a flash of gratitude. Don't edit or judge. This is about emptying the mental junk drawer. The Stoics practiced this consistently. Marcus Aurelius's meditations were his private journal, a tool to maintain his principles and govern his mind. It's believed that his famous line about obstacles becoming the way might never have been articulated if he hadn't processed his thoughts with ink. Modern psychology also validates this. Jung argued that the unconscious speaks through symbols and moods. He stated, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." Journaling brings that unconscious to the surface. You begin to uncover hidden patterns and fears. It's a conversation with your most authentic self, the part that doesn't perform. In that honesty, clarity emerges. Even on your worst days, your journal is a safe space. As Seneca advised, we should call ourselves to account daily. Morning journaling is not just reviewing the past, it's preparing your mind for the day ahead. Define your battlefield. There's a unique anxiety that stems not from being busy, but from having no clear direction. You might wake up motivated, but by noon you are bouncing aimlessly between tasks, feeling exhausted yet unproductive. This is a lack of direction, not laziness. When you don't define your day's targets, you surrender your energy to the loudest distraction. This is where goal setting becomes critical. Not vague visions, but 3 concrete, achievable tasks for today. Just 3. Being busy doesn't mean being productive. Unless you define your success for the day, you'll simply react to everything. The Stoics were incredibly intentional. Epictetus said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Know where you're going." Jung emphasized that goals are tools for self-realization. Your vision will become clear only when you can look into your own heart. When you define your goals honestly, you're shaping your identity. Keep goals small, reply to an email, write a page, take a walk to ensure you actually finish. 1 finished task builds confidence, 10 half-finished ones build frustration. Curb the mental cravings. Most people are unaware of how fragile their mental state is in the morning. Your brain wakes up hungry for input, and what do we feed it? Outrage, clickbait, and notifications. You think you're catching up, but you're actually feeding your mind junk. Your mind craves direction and purpose. If you feed it noise, you get confusion. If you feed it substance, you get strength. The Stoics knew this before screens existed. They believed the first thoughts of the day should be chosen. Seneca wrote, "Associate with people who are likely to improve you." In the modern context, this includes the content we consume. 10 pages of an uplifting book, an essay, or a philosophical podcast will do more for your growth than hours of scrolling. It's about being intentional. You're choosing what kind of thoughts shape your decisions and values. Jung said, "You are what you do, not what you say you'll do." Reading is an action, not just wishful thinking. Marcus Aurelius began his day with meditations, not strategy briefings, because leading yourself starts with the ideas you absorb. Start with 10 minutes. Tune your instrument before the performance. The blueprint of success: some people stumble through their day, reacting to life. Others, calm and centered, live the day first in their mind. They close their eyes and visualize who they want to be and how they want to act. This practice is incredibly powerful. When you visualize success in detail, your brain starts building the neural pathways to achieve it. You prime your mind to see opportunities and filter distractions. It's not magic, it's biology. The Stoics practiced a form of mental rehearsal called premeditatio malorum, preparing for what could go wrong. But they also contemplated who they wished to become. Epictetus said, "Practice yourself for heaven's sake in little things and then proceed to greater." This is the practice. Olympic athletes like Michael Phelps used visualization daily to mentally rehearse every movement. By the time the race started, his body knew what to do because his mind had already been there. You're not just thinking positively, you're rehearsing success. Spend 5 quiet minutes seeing the outcome you want. Visualize how you stand, breathe, and handle setbacks. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. The anchor of appreciation: it's easy to lose sight of what you have when you're constantly chasing more. Society pushes us to focus on what's missing, causing us to forget the blessings already present. Gratitude isn't just a feel-good concept, it's a discipline, a mental practice to anchor yourself in reality. Your brain is hardwired to focus on problems. If you don't control this focus, it will drift toward what's wrong. But when you pause to acknowledge what's working, your mindset, stress levels, and perspective shift. The Stoics knew this instinctively. Seneca wrote, "Nothing is more honorable than a grateful heart." To him, gratitude was a tool for resilience. Jung believed that suffering often stems from disconnection, from meaning in the present moment. Gratitude acts as a bridge to reconnect you. Neuroscience backs this up, showing that gratitude increases dopamine and serotonin while lowering cortisol. It primes your brain to look for what's right. Even Marcus Aurelius, in the midst of governing an empire, focused on what was good. He wrote, "Do not indulge in dreams of having what you have not, but reckon up the chief of the blessings you do possess." Forging your inner compass: most people rush into their to-do list, trying to outrun stress. But what if, instead, you grounded yourself first, not with a task, but with a profound thought, a line of Stoic wisdom? Stoicism is timeless because it works. It doesn't ask you to avoid chaos, but to meet it with clarity and strength. A single sentence from Marcus Aurelius or Epictetus can act as a compass, keeping you steady when life spins. Marcus Aurelius noted, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." The thoughts you carry shape who you become. By reflecting on wisdom each morning, you set your psychological tone. You are deciding in advance how to respond to setbacks. As Epictetus said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Jung also stressed daily reflection. He said, "Your visions will become clear only when you can look into your own heart. You don't need hours, just pick one quote, sit with it, and ask how it applies to your life." This simple practice becomes a quiet force guiding you back to yourself. Reconnect with the earth. There is a unique exhaustion that has nothing to do with sleep. It's the weight of living in a digital world, disconnected from nature. You are constantly plugged in, reacting, and slowly you lose touch with reality. Sometimes the solution isn't more productivity, but simply stepping outside. It sounds basic, but a few minutes in nature, breathing fresh air, feeling the sun can reset your entire state. It's about reconnecting with something ancient. Before cities and algorithms, there were seasons, wind, and birdsong. We are still wired for that world. The Stoics, for all their intellect, aligned themselves with nature. Marcus Aurelius advised us to adapt yourself to the life you have been given. Nature was their teacher. Jung took a similar view, believing that modern suffering stems from disconnection from the natural world. He called it the nourishing soil of the soul. Step outside for 5 minutes, feel the air, notice the stillness. Heraclitus said, "Nature loves to hide, but it's always there, offering perspective and healing. The more time you spend in it, the less reactive you become." Fuel for the engine. Your mornings feel foggy, not because you lack motivation, but because you're trying to run a high-performance machine on empty fuel. Your brain is a physical organ, and the quality of its fuel matters. Often, breakfast is sacrificed for speed, replaced by processed sugar that leads to a crash. This isn't weakness, it's self-neglect. The Stoics considered this a lack of self-mastery. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." That includes how you nourish your body. For optimal brain function, you need protein, healthy fats, and slow-digesting foods. Eggs, avocado, oats. When you choose real food first, you're telling your mind, "I came to perform." Jung saw the body and psyche as deeply intertwined, stating, "The mind is like the eye. It cannot see itself without reflection." What you feed your body becomes the quality of your thoughts. Would you expect a surgeon to perform while starving? Why expect that of yourself? Speak your truth. The hardest battle. Some mornings is facing the voice in your head, the quiet critic that replays mistakes and casts shadows on your confidence. If you don't counter it, it sets the tone for your entire day. This is where affirmations come in. Not as empty positive thinking, but as strategic counterattacks. You are rewriting the internal script that's been on autopilot. Marcus Aurelius knew this power. He reminded himself that the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Whatever you repeatedly focus on colors your reality. Saying, "I control how I respond," or "Today I choose clarity," takes seconds but ripples through your day. Jung wrote, "Words are animals alive with a will of their own. Speak words of power. Speak like you're planting something in the soil of your mind, and say them out loud. Sound has power. Vibration reinforces belief. Even if it feels awkward, you are speaking for the person you are becoming. Seneca said, "We become brave by doing brave acts." The same is true for confidence. You don't need to control the entire day. You just need to own your morning. Because how you begin is how you live. Every small decision echoes through the rest of your life. Strength and clarity are not found, they are practiced. If this message connected with you, there's another video waiting for you on the screen right now that will take you even deeper. Thank you for being part of Mind Shift Philosophy. We don't chase perfection, we train for presence.